Nembe people, the Okrikas, the Calabares. Language and culture was not influenced. Till date, they marry more Igbo women. But then now, they retained their own dialect. It is only the Igbo man, who is Ikwerre man, the Eka man, the Anyoma man, the rest of them. These are the only people, the Western Igbos, the only people that Igbos came and influenced, where women came and influenced their language. Abba, make una try change. This lie you're telling our people, our children, is not entering. You need a work. It is only love. It demoralizes their spirit. It causes low self-esteem on our children. Because it is obvious that the thing you're telling them is wrong, is lie. How can my father, why is my father telling me this kind of thing? Your political place should end in politics. Don't bring in one to division. Don't cause division in our land. If you're playing politics, play your politics. You must not bring in Waraha and Igbo to your politics so that you can gain fame. Play your politics. If you don't know how to play, if I come for politics, I will drop anything Igbo. I will drop everything in Waraha. I will focus on what I can deliver, what I can give to the people. Not to use politics Igbo as your political agenda. My name is Chimenu Amadi. I'm from River State. I'm an Ikwerre from a Rumeho community, Odeg Clown. Now, I saw a video making its way to social media and mainstream media, and claiming some affinity with our people and that of the Benin. And I saw a man who said his name is Okachiku Dibia, who is trying to backing his claims of our Benin link. It's unfortunate. One thing I know is that there are so many persons who are using this our identity crisis. A lot of persons are using it for their political gains now. Many persons are now using it. They have seen the only means of coming to limelight. They have seen it as the only means through which they can get to limelight. So once you come out now and you deny your Igbo ancestry, you deny Igbo, it creates a lot of waves, and maybe perhaps gives you that light, that fame that you want. So people are venturing into it to make this fame. Politically, a lot of people are also doing the same thing. Anyone who wants to come make any wave in politics, they simply use Igbo. So they just use Igbo, say I'm not Igbo, so that their paymasters or those who want to sponsor them can now go ahead and say, you are representing us well. Good. So anything Igbo news, any negative news about Igbo spreads like wildfire. So I'm not really surprised when I saw that video. Over 5 days ago, I've been trying to see how I can respond to this group of, it's not even a group, just 2 persons seated one place. The other man who is seated there with him is even ashamed of what he's saying, because I believe he's just there just to accompany him, maybe forcefully, just to accompany him, maybe due to what he stands to gain too. So he has to, at least he has to, please his master and stay there. But you can see his gesture in that video. He looks so sober, and he's so quiet. He can't even look at the camera because he knows everything they are saying there is lie, only for their selfish gain. Everything they are saying in that video is lie, just for their selfish gain, to make fame, so that the next whoever that is sponsoring them can go ahead and give them more money or give them more position. That is government for you. That is what is going on in Nigeria. Whoever that comes up now to deny his Igbo ancestry, hey, don't worry, we will give you something. You have denied your Igbo ancestry. That's what is going on. So that's just it. You look at it very well. That is what is playing out in Nigeria. This is why you see many persons, they hold on to that. to get to fame. And when they get to fame, they can't even change it any longer. It becomes a norm. It continually becomes a norm since no one is refuting it. People feel like this thing is not necessary. I better let him. There is a man I called over this video, and I said, look at what is happening. He says, it's not, that man is not necessary. It's not necessary, but the news of what he's saying is spreading wide. And people who do not know that tomorrow they will say, they will refer to that article and say, this man disclaimed, this is an Ikwerre man. And they will even say he's the Ikwerre chief. He's there putting on a job people's cap. His job people's cap and not claiming Benin. The cap that he's wearing there, is he a Benin cap? The name that is putting on, the name that is bearing, Okachiku Dibia, does that look like a Benin name? Does that look like a Benin name? I'm even ashamed. Are you not ashamed? Is this man not really ashamed of himself? At least before you come out like this to do this kind of briefing, you should at least change your name. Change that name. You claim that your mother, the people who got married to our ancestors or whatever in Ikwerre land, they were Igbos that they got married to. So these Igbo women came and influenced our language and changed everything and even changed our culture join. They also came and changed all our culture. You said Christianity church came and they now began to preach to us in church, and that is why, which day did church come? Which day church come? This man said, some people, they listen to all these kind of people. Which day church come in the history of Nigeria? When did church come? That church in space of one to 100 years time, church was able to influence all our language, all our beliefs, all the language that we came, the purported language that we came with from Benin to this place. Church now changed it and now gave us that of Igbo, because it was only Igbo pastors that were the pastors in our land. So Igbos were the ones who brought Christianity to our land. Are we saying that Igbos actually brought Christianity to our land? That's why they influenced our language. Some people say, go, they believe these kind of things them. So as church come, all our traditionalists, those who keep the Awomenale and everything, every one of us just packed into the church. And then we now began to listen to the church people. Nobody in the shrine again. Nobody in the Asenati, all of them, Awomenale, everybody came to church. And they began to listen, and all our culture, the church now said, okay, all our culture, instead of abandoning these cultures, now practice the culture of Igbo. Church now told you to abandon your own Benin culture and practice the Igbo culture. Is this people normal? You can see the way he's talking, he looks so real. If you don't know, if you can't reason, if you are a dumb, as gullible as some persons may be, they will start believing these people. They will start believing them. Unknowingly, this is how they twist history. This is how they twist history. Try to change everything about history. If you're not reasonable enough, you just look at how he's talking, and how he's talking, quoting unnecessary, useless grammars to back up his claim, and you now think he's actually saying the truth. And some people, the news all over now, it's like the man is making, truly some people, even in Igbo, they are not, leave Ikwerre people. Ikwerre people are not Igbos. From what I'm seeing, Ikwerre people, so me, I'm not an Igbo man. I'm not a Benin man. Me, as I say like this, I'm not an Igbo man. I'm a Benin man. My name is Chimenu Amadi. I was born in Bayelsa State. I was brought up, I schooled and everything in Bayelsa State. I have never lived in the southeast before. I have never lived in the southeast. But I can speak Igbo. I can hear Igbo. It is a biological strength. It is part of us. Every Ikwerre man, whether you live in Kafanchan or anywhere, the moment you're born, you don't need to go to southeast to hear the central Igbo. When I say central Igbo, it's part of us. How come? that we all hear Igbo, but we cannot hear the Benin language where they said we came from. And you claim that all our progenitors are from Benin. Now, Benin, that you say our progenitors came from, all these progenitors you mentioned are all Igbo names. How come the progenitors bear Igbo names? Only Igbo names. Why are our progenitors not bearing any Benin name? You mentioned Akalaka, you mentioned Ochichi, you mentioned Elechi. All these names are Igbo names. Why are they not bearing Benin names? Yeah, and people could listen to these kind of people. Ikwerre people, where they call some of our people. Like I is this an order of Mago say haku history. But so no heke onokuna. But so kuzala say no joku. Meanwhile, some people are just there trying to change our history, all because of their selfish gain, all because of what they tend to gain from their paymasters. And you mentioned Ihuraha. Look at the name Ihuraha. What is Ihuraha? The Ihuraha, they try to respell it. They try to change the spelling. But the pronunciation will always be the pronunciation. Our progenitors who named it Ihuraha, did they also, the Southeastern women, were they the people who not changed the name for us, for the progenitors? Those are our progenitors you mentioned. Was the Southeast women we got married to, our fathers got married to, were they the one responsible for the change of that name to Ihuraha? Because the name Ihuraha means the same thing in Ikwerre language, Ikwerre dialect, and the Central Igbo dialect. It is called Ihuraha. Ihuraha. What is Oha? Oha simply means a clan, the general, the collective, the coming together of the entire clans is what we call Oha. That is Oha. What is Ihuru? Ihuru is the face of the Oha. That is the face of the entire clan. That is what the Ihuraha means. So you can simply say Ihuraha means the face of the clan. So this name now that is called Ihuraha, is it the same thing that the Benin people call it? What does the Benin people call the face of the clans? What do they call it in Benin? Is it the Benin, the women from the Southeast that still came and changed it? Was our forefathers that dumb that they never knew that they were going to retain their cultures, their culture? And all their culture now is now Igbo culture. Was our forefathers now dumb that all their language, our language, now was not physically, they were not dead, oh, they were not dead. All our cultures now was not changed. Our language now was not changed by these Igbo women. And you said that the churches came and the churches began to influence our language. So as the church came, that was how all our traditionalists, the pagans and everybody communally trooped into the churches and began to worship and allow Igbo, Central Igbo, to influence our language. Is that true? For the record, Ikwerre dialect is almost like 5 dialects. Ikwerre does not speak one single dialect. Ikwerre does not speak one Igbo dialect. They speak different dialect. The Port Harcourt Ikwerre speaks different. The Ishopo speaks different. The Odegun speaks different. Even the Elele speaks different. The Guruta that we have here, they speak different. So what are we saying? Go to Alo, they speak different. So you are now telling us now all these people now came from Benin. And then and people will believe these things. One man seated there decided not to even put on the attires of the Ikwerre people. And now put on a German's cap and just sit down there. Although we know the cap now is now a generalized cap now, a cowboy cap is a white man's cap, but the Job people adopted it. And that is the cap he is putting on to address the Ikwerre people. On an Ikwerre issue, he is not putting on that kind of cap to address the Ihuraha people. He does not even understand. He is making reference to Ikwerre. Says since Ikwerre is from Benin, that is why Ikwerre is. Does Ikwerre now speak Benin language? He is using that to back his claim. He has forgotten that Ikwerre people speak Yoruba language, and Yoruba people understand Ikwerre language. The Benin people understand Ikwerre language. The Ikwerre people understand Benin people. If Benin man speak, Ikwerre man will understand the Benin man. It's just like the Asian man. The Asian man in Benin man, in Benin, in Edo State, he understands the Benin. If the progenitors of Calabari, who marry Igbo women more than the Ikwerreans, it is on note that the Calabaris, the Dembes, the Okrika people, they marry Igbo women more than even the Ikwerre people. If these people and their languages and culture have not been influenced by Igbo women, how come the Ikwerre man who speaks the Igbo dialect is not claiming that Igbo women who got married to our progenitors or our ancestors were responsible for the change of our culture, change of our language, change of the way we even call head, ishi, aka, hand, obi, chest is obi, ovi. In Odegun we call it ovi. In all Ikwerre land we call it obi. That is why you have in almost all Ikwerre community you have obiri. Obiri is the heart, the place where all the people in the community or the compound gathers to discuss issues of either Ikwerre or the compound. That is obiri. Now, these Nembe people, the Okrikas, the Calabaris, language and culture was not influenced. Till date, they marry more Igbo women. And don't forget their progenitors are all Igbos. But then now, they retained their own dialect. It is only the Igbo man, who is the Ikwerre man, the Eka man, the Anoma man, the rest of them. These are the only people, the Western Igbos, the only people that the Igbos came and influenced, where women came and influenced their language. Abba, make a try change. This lie you are telling our people, our children, is not entering. You need to work. It is only love. It demoralizes their spirit. It causes low self-esteem on our children. Because it is obvious that the thing you're telling them is wrong, is lie. How can my father, why is my father telling me this kind of thing? It's lie. And you keep up with it, you are spreading it. You want to retain it. Whatever happened in the Civil War, it's not our business. This generation will change everything. We will change it. We are in millions in Ikwerre land who believe that we are Igbos. You cannot come into our minds and change it. You cannot change it. You said Agoma in your video. Your video, you said Agoma was fined. How many Ikwerre people can you find that Obako Ikwerre fined the Agoma? And Obako Ikwerre has not fined the president or Hanese chairman in Rivers State there, who is my own brother in Rumuji. He has not fined him. And you have not fined the rest people who are participating in Ohanese. How many of them can you find? Your story of Benin is not what Obako Ikwerre is spreading. Obako Ikwerre does not care about all your useless history of Benin. Obako Ikwerre represents the entire Ikwerre people who came out from different routes, from different Igbo roots. So if you come thinking that Obako Ikwerre will come and start finding anybody, that's your business. That's your business. And after all, who are they going to, of what benefit is they finding in Ikwerre land? And as much as we respect Obako Ikwerre, what is the meaning of Obako? What is the meaning of Obako in Ikwerre land? And what does it mean in Igbo? In Igbo language, what does it mean? It is the same Obako in Ikwerre. It is the same Obako in Igbo land. What does that name Obako mean in Edo, in Benin language? Obako, the gathering of children of Ihuroha, the gathering of children of Igbo. What does it mean in Benin language? Why did they call it Obako? Why did they use the name from Benin to call that name the gathering of Ikwerre people. These are the lies you're telling that cannot see. When I was small, there is a shadow that whenever the sun sets, we try to outsmart our shadow. We try to outsmart the shadow, run away from the shadow. And we keep running. I stood there, he's still following me, still following me. The shadow keeps following you. There was a time I was even scared. Why is this following me here and there? But you cannot run away from your own shadow. That is what is happening to us here in Ikwerre. We can't all run away from our shadow. We are in the Igbo. We are Igbos from Ikwerre. The name Ikwerre and Ikwerre can never be lost. So if you're thinking by the time we become Igbo, Ikwerre will be erased, Ikwerre will be, how can that be? After all, Arochukwu has not been erased. After all, the Ebonyi people and some other people, the Ishoma people, you claim that is a place called Ishoma in Imo State. So this name you call Ishoma is actually a clan in Imo State. But it is being generalized as the entire Igbo. I'm not angry over that because number one, every Igbo tribe has a name for the next Igbo tribe. So if Ikwerre man calls the entire Igbo Ishoma, that is okay, because when you go to Ungwa people also call the entire Igbos as Ohuhu, Ndi Ohuhu. That's how we call people. My father and my mother, we lived in a compound, and the next neighbor, we gave them a name. It is natural for Ndi Igbo to give people name, say Ndi whatever, based on what they do. You just call them Ndi Jongo, Ndi whatever. That is just how we give people name. It does not mean we hate them, but we just look at what they trade on and then give them name. If they are the type that usually fight themselves, you see, Ndi Ogun. Say these people are people where they fight war every day. That's how we do things. It is part of us. But then, the history of denial of our ancestry is what you are exhibiting. You are an Igbo man, that is why you are exhibiting that denial. It is in your blood to deny your own ancestry. All in the Igbo, look at them, they deny themselves. They deny, even in the offices, when you go to the office, in the Igbo, deny themselves for speaking their own dialect. So you are denying yourself. The blood you are exhibiting now is an Igbo blood. Look at the voice, the tongue you're speaking. What you're speaking, the voice alone shows that you're an Igbo man. And you carry one cap put there like Mongo Park cap. That's talking what you don't know. Trying to link us up with unfounded histories. The man seated by yourself, I just pity him. The man is just there. Oh, why am I here? So, please desist from it. Your political place should end in politics. Don't bring in one hand to division. Don't cause division in our land. If you're playing politics, play your politics. You must not bring in one hand Igbo to your politics so that you can gain fame. Play your politics. If you don't know how to play, if I come for politics, I will drop anything Igbo. I will drop everything Ikwerre. I will focus on what I can deliver, what I can give to the people. Not to use politics Igbo as your political agenda. Stop that. It's because you're empty in your head. You have nothing. You cannot influence the people in any way. So the only means through which you feel your paymasters can admit and accept you or pay you is to bring Igbo into it. Because anything Igbo, of course, any propaganda, anything about Igbo grows like a wildfire, and people will begin to comment and people will begin to believe. Okay, you and your group are faceless. We do not even know that name. Nobody knows two of you. Two of you that are seated there to decide for the general Ikwerre people. Two people, the same way Lechi Amadi came and started deciding for the entire Ikwerre people. That is what you and your group, your two of you wants to decide for the entire Ikwerre people. You want to tell them, move us to Benin. Benin that you have not gone before. See, this thing you're propagating now is what I did before. I carried this Benin thing for my head before. None of you did it more than me. I even went to Auchi because of the love I had for Benin until I discovered that these people were actually telling us lies. That was when I decided to change. Until you become logical, you will not know what you're saying, that you're actually endangering the lives of your children, trying to change our ancestry to another. It's not going to work in this land. Don't divisionalize us. Don't cause division in this land with your unguided statement. Please, this is a warning.